Dear children, welcome back to yet another sensational video of English literature brought to you by Pratik sir. Do you hear the sound? What is it? Is it a snake? Oh my god, is it a snake? Oh well, my dear children, could be a snake. Okay? But let me tell you, when you don't harm an animal, it will never harm you back. Okay? So let's not be afraid. Even if a snake has come, it must have come to attend my English classes. Children, after hearing can you now guess the name of our next chapter? Fantastic! Yes, the name of our next chapter, my dear children, is the Conceited Python. Okay? This word is called conceited. Okay? Look at the spelling very carefully. C-O-N-C-E-I. Don't put I before. It's E before. C-O-N-C-E-I-T-E-D. Conceited Python. And here do you see the python? Okay, this was the snake which was making that hissing sound. But let me tell you, doesn't it look cute? Well, let me tell you, pythons are one of the strongest snakes in the reptile kingdom. And if you ever fall prey to a python, anaconda, or a boa constrictor, it will squeeze you. That's called a bear hug. Okay, so be careful. Now, this chapter is all about a snake, and the meaning of the word conceit, just like the word deceit. You know, when somebody cheats you or when there is a fraud, that word is called deceit. D-E-C-E-I-T. Spellings in literature, my dear children, are very important. And this word conceit is equally important. That means to say, this python had an adjective, okay? And the adjective was, it was conceited, meaning it was very proud about its looks. Now, let me tell you about the author. Well, you know Ruskin Bond. He was born in Punjab, although he was a foreigner, but he was born in India, and he continued to live and travel across the country, and his contributions to the literary kingdom is exemplary. Okay, so Ruskin Bond was awarded the Padma Bhushan in 2014 for his literary contribution. This is his story. Now let's look at some of the important vocabulary, just like we do for all the chapters. The first word is slinging. Have you made a sling when you were a child? So you take a string, put a stone at the end of it, and then do like this, okay? You should be very careful, should not hit anyone. That's called a sling. Slinging is to throw something casually. So when you do this, that's called slinging. Next, strangle. Well, the python can strangle you to death. What do you mean by strangle? See, this is called strangling. When you kill somebody by putting pressure on the throat or the neck. Squealing is a sound which is normally made by monkeys. Have you ever seen monkeys? In case if you have, you would know that they squeal. They don't shout. It's a very shrieking sound. It's like chee, 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 chee. Doesn't they do this? Okay, that's called squealing. Next word, I have already told it to you. This is this word. The name of our lesson, conceited. Conceited means somebody is filled with pride. That's called conceit. Okay. Sallied forth. You know, when you are very confident and you are not scared about anything, you just pout your chest and start walking. That's called sallied forth. Means to proceed with confidence. Next, it's crestfallen. Crestfallen means disappointed. So do you know when you are crestfallen, when somebody scolds you, don't you shrug your shoulders like this? That's called crestfallen, to feel sad. And the last word for the day is gasp. You know, when you are surprised or dazed, don't you make this expression? Oh! That, my dear children, is called gasped. Now let me take you to the mind map without wasting any further time. This chapter, my dear children, is very easy, and you are going to enjoy every bit and fragment of it. So, you know, the main character of our story is a 4-foot python. It's a very strong snake, and this python was purchased from a snake charmer. Now, do you know who's a snake charmer? Have you seen a snake charmer in the village fair? They play this one. Don't they play this? Okay, so that's a snake charmer. Okay, so grandpa had a collection of lot of animals. He was an ardent animal lover. Suddenly, it hit his mind that he should also have a python, and he bought it from the snake charmer, and then he put it around his neck, like something like this. Well, it's a belt. I don't have a real python. And he was strutting in the market, okay, like the big show, WWE. Okay, he felt great pride in the fact that he had a python on his neck, although it was a very small, it was a python baby, but it was 4 foot long, okay, so it was quite long by that time. Okay, then the moment he came to near his house, he had a pet monkey called Toto. See? Hi Toto, how are you? Say hi to everyone. Okay, so see. So Toto was very afraid to see the python. It made a squealing sound, kee, 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 and it ran away. It was very scared. Grandma was standing right at the door and she said, "What have you bought?" And grandfather said, "Well, it's nothing, it's just it's just addition to my collection." Okay, so this is a python. "Do you get a reptile like python at home? You are very irritating." How many of your parents scold each other? Well, confidential information, you should not tell this to anyone. But you know, it happens in every household, okay? So that's a part of life. So grandmother was very angry on grandfather and she said, "Oh, when will this man have any sense? He's so old." But you know, grandfather was very cool. He said, "That's all right, it's just a python." Okay, hi python. I'll put it in my closet now. Next, grandmother immediately ordered grandfather to return the snake to the snake charmer. So grandfather said, "Come on, I got it, for a fair price. Let it be with us." "No, go and give it back." So he took it to the market, the bazaar. He took it to the bazaar and the snake charmer wasn't there. He was nowhere to be found. Grandfather was crestfallen. He said, "Oh my God, I got this python again. Now the snake charmer has left. Now whom do I return it to?" So he took the python and came back home. Now grandmother said, "Why did you bring it home? I told you to return it to the snake charmer." He said, "The snake charmer wasn't there." The grandmother said, "So now go and leave it to the forest. Go. That's its habitat. Okay. These snakes are not meant to be staying at home. Go and leave it in the forest." So he said, "Okay, you know what? Let it stay for some time. Let us give it some food. It's a guest. After that I'll take it to the forest." After that, sometimes it so happened that it's a snake, right? Snake is a very smart animal. It's a shrewd creature. It disappeared. All of a sudden, when it was kept and they went to fetch some food, by that time the snake completely disappeared. Okay, a combing search followed. Now this is an advanced English word. You won't find this in the book, but I thought of introducing a new word to you. Combing, combing. Combing search means it's a thorough search from pillar to post where you run around the entire house to search for something. That's called combing search. You leave no stone unturned in searching something. So they searched the kitchen, the attic, the desk, everywhere, but the python wasn't there. Next, there was more trouble coming up. Okay, so there was Aunt Mabel. Aunt Mabel was one of the relatives. She was about to join the family for a 3-week trip. Okay, so she was about to come. So grandmother was all the more worried that when we have Aunt Mabel coming in, what would she think to see the python? She won't even stay. Okay, so Aunt Mabel did come, and when she saw the python, she was she didn't see the python at the beginning, but then by the time the python already left. Later, Aunt Mabel went to fetch a guava from the guava tree. She saw the python after 3 days after the disappearance. She saw it there and she shouted and came back home. She was very afraid. Grandfather said, hold on, be calm. What is it?" She said, "There it is. It didn't disappear. It's there on the guava tree." So grandfather said, "I can take care of it. It's just a pet, okay? Let me go and handle it." By the time grandfather went, the python disappeared. Later, the python kept on making star appearances like a guest, okay, in a movie. Sometimes it came out from underneath Aunt Mabel's cushion. Okay. Later it was found on next it was seen under Aunt Mabel's cushion. Okay. Later it was found on the dressing table looking into the mirror as if it was looking at its own beauty. My God, was it a python or Miss Universe? God knows. By the time Aunt Mabel ran away, she was so happy to see the python for so many times, making star appearances, she left the home. Her 3-week trip was cancelled. She will never come back probably. And then one day it so happened that the python was found looking at the dressing table into the mirror. Have you ever seen a snake watching its reflection in the mirror? Well, it happens in the story. What a python. And later it so happened that they thought of trapping this animal now because it was going out of hand. So grandfather laid a trap. He made a small box, okay, which had a mirror at one end and there was an entrance at the other end of the box. Okay, so in case, let me show you. So in case if we take this to be a box, okay, so he kept the mirror at one end. On the other end, there was a small door, okay, from where the python can enter. And he kept some food also, so that the python is attracted to come, eat the food and get trapped. And there was a hanging door on top of the box. So it was like this. The moment the python enters, it will fall. It has to be shut down and the python will be trapped. So that was the plan. One day when the author, when he was a child, he was going to school, he saw that the python was inside. The python ate all the food that was kept for him and it was watching at the mirror. What a python. It was watching itself, the reflection in the mirror. So what the boy did was like, I mean, this is Ruskin Bond as a child. So he went and he slid the door slowly and gradually without disturbing the python. But it seemed that the python didn't even look at him. The python was looking in his own reflection and smiling. Have you ever imagined a snake smiling? Can you see the snake? See? This is what is called a smiling snake. Can you see it smiling? Imagine how a snake would look if it smiles. Okay, great. So later it so happened that they took that box into the carriage, drove it to the forest and left the python in the forest. That is how the story ends, my dear children. Let me know how you like the story. Okay, in case if you have any doubts, we will meet in the next doubt clearance session. So it's very important for you to read the chapter thoroughly. It's only a three-page lesson. So, and there are not much difficult words this time. It's an easy chapter. I'm sure you must have liked the presentation as always. This is Pratik sir signing off. God bless you. Take care. No homework as of now. I will keep on posting you whenever there is any homework. Thank you so much. God bless.